Good evening, Ryan. It's Monday. So, a lot of people lately have been asking me how I'm doing and checking in on me. And at first, I wasn't really sure why, and I wasn't really sure how to answer them. But later on, I understood why they were asking. I realized that it was because of the Atlanta shootings. When I first heard what happened, I was at Korean barbecue with my family. I saw the notification on my mom's phone that there was a shooting in Atlanta, but I didn't see the race, so I just thought, oh, it's just another shooting, like another day in America, basically. I later found out that the women who were killed were Asian women and that they worked at a Korean massage parlor. Growing up, my family and I loved going to get massages together. It was always something that felt like a nice, relaxing treat in case we were really stressed or not feeling great. So when I found out that this happened at an Asian spa and the women that were killed were Asian women, it really hurt me. It hurt my heart. It felt like there was a part of my life that was very innocent and reminded me of my family and my culture that was violated. And it was honestly really overwhelming to hear about. So everyone on social media has been posting to stop Asian hate and how to end anti-Asian racism. And honestly, my reaction to everything has been super mixed. A part of me feels extremely validated that the small covert racism I experienced my entire life was real and definitely was not okay. That part of me was also happy to see that there were people who were willing to do something about it and genuinely cared. Another part of me felt like this issue had nothing to do with me, that I wasn't connected to the women at the Atlanta shooting, and that racism wasn't something that really changed my life that much. I grew up extremely privileged, and even though I was still often one of the only Asian people in class, I still wasn't the only one. And I just didn't really experience racism in a way where it really changed my day-to-day life. So that part of me felt like, can I say that I experienced Asian hate? What does posting on social media about stopping Asian hate and sharing resources actually do? It doesn't change my life. It doesn't change the fact that this happened. It doesn't really feel like it does anything other than inflate other people's egos. And it was kind of ironic because when all the Black Lives Matter stuff was happening, I was one of those people. It's hard because I know there's so many people who know there's a problem, but the way to solve those problems is so complicated and not really something that we can fix with a social media post. I understand that a lot of it is good-natured and has good intentions, but at this point, it just feels really overwhelming and confusing. The best way that I could describe this is like I was sitting in a room full of people who were all openly talking about me and the issue that I was having in different ways to fix it and how they should best support me, but no one was asking me. No one was asking me what I needed and how I should be helped and what I thought the best course of action was. So lately I've tried not to think about it too much, not to be on social media too much, because the whole thing just feels overwhelming and confusing, and I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to say or do or feel. It wasn't until I saw a post that had the pictures and the names of the Asian women who were killed at the shooting that I couldn't ignore my feelings about it anymore. In the faces of those women, I saw my grandparents, my aunts and uncles, my parents, my brother, and even me. I saw the story about one of the women who was about to turn 50 the week after it happened, and how her and her daughter were going to celebrate by getting her favorite strawberry cake. And I just started crying when I read this story. Just because of the way I look, I will always look like an outsider, and I will always look like a foreigner. Growing up, I never saw myself in any of the TVs, movie, or books that I've watched/read. There's nobody who looked like me, and because of that, I felt like I was going to be missing out on all of these amazing experiences that I was reading about and watching about, because nobody in those shows or books or stories had looked anything like me. Growing up, I wish I had blue eyes. I would have conversations with my friends being like, do you think I would look good with blue eyes? Do you think I should try to get blue eye contacts? Like, I just wish I had blue eyes. I never told them it was because I hated my brown, small, ugly eyes. I wanted to look like those pretty, blonde, blue-eyed girls in the TV shows and movies who get the cute guys, and I just felt like I was never going to experience that because I was never going to look like that. My internalized racism began before I even knew what racism was. Luckily, with my own self-education and building of resources and building self-confidence, self-esteem, and talking to other Asian people about these issues, I'm now proud of the way I look. I'm proud of my family, I'm proud of my culture, and there's nothing in the world I would do to change that. However, now that the internalized racism within myself is mainly over, it doesn't change the world around me and the way the world perceives me. The shooting in Atlanta reminded me that we still have a long way to go. And although I am probably way more afraid than I ever was before, I'm also stronger than I was before. I also have people in my life who will support me and stand by me no matter what. So, to all the people who are asking me how I'm doing, I'm confused, I'm overwhelmed, I'm tired, I'm scared, but I'm also strong and brave and grateful. I have a lot of amazing people in my life who care about me and want to support me. And I know there's a lot of people in the world who want to make a change. So ultimately, I'm hopeful. So that was my video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it and got something from it. And Ryan still has 3 punishments I need to assign him, but I didn't have time to think about it tonight. So next week's video, I will assign him those. I will see you on Friday, Ryan.